the reason why I want to talk about repackaging, and I'm not talking about a gift, I'm not talking about like anything outside of purpose and building a business and brand. Okay. So a lot of us, we have these ideas when we're younger, when we're in high school, college, our younger years, we have these ideas and we're like, man, one day I want to do this. One day I think I want to do this. Or we have this, oh, I want to write a book about domestic violence. I want to write a book about being born in the South. I want to write a book about ice cream, like whatever book it was that you wanted to do, or whatever idea you wanted to have, it existed at one point in time, right? And this word repackage, when it comes to our business ideas, when it comes to like branding and becoming and developing yourself as an entrepreneur, repackaging is really important because there are a lot of ideas that we have that we don't need to throw away. We just need to repackage them. And the reason why I said this was because Asia Cobbs, I believe on Live from Philly last night, in her interview, she was talking about different things that failed, different things that didn't work out, right? And I wrote on their repackaging, right? So when you repackage, you take the things that you were going to throw away, those ideas, those bad ideas, quote unquote, bad ideas, you take those same ideas and you pull them out of the hat and you say, hey, and I'm not talking about an actual hat. Okay. You pull them out of that hat of bad ideas and you say to yourself, well, what was it that I did wrong, or what was it that wasn't attractive about this idea to other people? For people that did not support me, or why was it that people did not respond the way I desired for them to respond? It may be that you need to repackage your ideas, okay? And I'm not giving you guys anything that like I just created and this is brand new. This is just something that we hear about in different platforms, in different environments, in different spaces, but we never implement it for ourselves. So this is something that I was doing for myself. And when you talk about my book or my brand, like my clothing, like look at this, right? Like let's say this was the first shirt I ordered from my clothing brand, Never Stop, Never Quit, Repeat, right? And for all of you listening on audio, I'm just showing the people my shirt. And my shirt is printed off. Like the shirt was supposed to be printed a little higher than what it is right now. And if I were to, let's say this was my very first shirt, right? That I printed with I was like, yo, I'm going to start a clothing brand, Persist Motivational Clothing. And I'm going to print shirts that say never stop, never quit, repeat, right? And so like, let's say I get that first shirt and that shirt is printed lower than I expected. And let's say this was my first shirt, never knew what it looked like being higher. I just got it like this. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and take this idea and run with it. So I go out there and I start trying to sell this shirt, right? It could sell to some people. Some people might buy it. Some people might not buy it, right? But this shirt, this style of shirt, because of the print and where it's at, it might not sell as well as the print being higher on the chest, right? So like I said, if I were to just throw that idea away because I was like, oh, it didn't sell because, maybe it was the print. I didn't even evaluate why it didn't sell. I just knew that it failed, so I threw it away in my hat of bad ideas, right? So we don't want to do that. We don't want to be those kind of people. I embrace my errors. I embrace the mistakes, right? I embrace them because, we are all experiencing this new day together. No one figured out what today was going to be like before they woke up. So like I'm not embarrassed about anything. Like I come to you guys live. Do you know how real it is to do a live broadcast or a live interview or a live anything, and really try to put your heart in it and put it out there to the world. And like I'm always looking for that one thumbs down on YouTube. Like who's going to be my thumbs down? Because I know it's going to happen eventually. And I know it has happened on some of my interviews and stuff like that. But I had to tell myself, Allen, detach yourself from all of that so that you can be the best you that you can be. And I only get one life. And I'm going to jump back in there and I'm watching my time because I know I can get long-winded. So so I was telling my wife this morning, and I'm still on repackaging, right? I was telling my wife this morning, I was just like, man, I just think about death a lot. I think about death a lot to the point where I'm just like laying there, laying down. And, I think about death and I just like have a tear that'll roll down my eye. And I'm like, man, one day every person I know is going to be gone from here, right? And I told my wife, I said, look, man, like all of my books, the books that I write, the clothes that I have, every photo that we have, everything that we have is going to perish one day, right? I'm not going to preach a sermon to you guys. I'm just giving you the real eye opener thing. And I was like, man, so the fact that this is true, that life is flashing by our eyes, and we have all of our ideas, and we try to create business ideas. We try to do so much, with little at times, and we throw these ideas away because it did not get us there as fast as we assumed it got others there. And I say assume because you assume that because you see me on this live that I had the money to buy my camera, to buy my microphone, to buy, my shirts, but that's not the case. I had to buy in parts. I had to go here. I had to go get the camera. I had to get the microphone. I had to get money to get my shirts printed. I had to get, I had to pay people to make my design. Like it was in parts. So I don't throw away your ideas because you're in transition, and you're in parts. What's the thumbs down? Right. I always get thumbs down. Deshay says, I thumbs down, the thumbs down. Facts. So, it's important that we take our ideas that, we were going to throw away, that we were going to call it like a bad idea. We take those ideas and we figure out what was wrong with those ideas and how can we repackage those ideas, build in parts, like Deshay says, build in parts. Correct. So our second, so that was repackaged. And like I said, it's going to be real quick to the point, but just to get you guys thinking about these things. So repackaged, the next word is remarket. I got the re and I got dash market. So check. So when you're redoing something, right? When you see re, you think do over, right? So when you think re, you think do over, and then when you hear the word market, you think sell. So I think, well, when I hear the word market, I'm thinking like sell yourself, market yourself, be marketable, all that stuff, right? So when I hear re and then market, I see that I have to over sell, like sell over again, right? I have to start over. So a lot of times you don't get the sales that you want to get. You don't get the views that you want to get. You don't get the likes that you want to get. You're like, dude, every time I post a picture of my wife or my kids or the dog, it gets a whole lot of likes. I post up a video of XYZ and I don't get those likes. So maybe this is not where I'm supposed to be, or maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to go. If you have those thoughts in your mind, I'm here to tell you to just kill those thoughts. Like delete those thoughts. Delete your negative thoughts, because those thoughts will cripple you and they will hinder you from remarketing yourself and recreating yourself. Throw those bad negative thoughts away, because it will keep you from making the income that you desire to make. And you have to look at life in its parts. Don't look at life as a whole. Look at life in its parts. When you say, man, I've struggled my whole life. Why were you struggling? And look at those parts of your life. I had to do it for myself, and I still have to do it for myself today. Why do I struggle in this area? Why am I lacking behind in coding? Like, why am I, because I'm not coding every single hour. I'm just to let you guys know, I'm taking this coding boot camp, and I'm like, dude, why am I not there yet? And it's like, dude, are you applying yourself at the fullest? Are you maximizing? Are you optimizing your time? So that's something that we have to ask ourselves. So remarket, be willing to sell yourself again. Be willing, be willing. If you came in on that part, I'm talking about business. Be willing to sell yourself again. Be willing to market your business again. Be willing to refabricate yourself again. Thanks, Kaylee. She said that's good stuff, Allen. Delete all of those thoughts. Exactly. And it's really like, and the reason why I've come to like be this way is because I think about death a lot, right? Over here. But because I think about death a lot, I think about death, and I'm like, man, any second, any hour, any minute, every other second, matters. And we've lived our younger years. Think about it, man. Like I've talked to my wife about this. We've lived our younger years, and it flew by. We dreamed of who we could be, and life flew by. So who do you want to be today? It's not about who do you want to be tomorrow, who do you want to be in 5 years, who do you want to be in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. The Bible talks about, like, don't talk about tomorrow. Like, you don't know what tomorrow holds. Tomorrow has its own worries, right? So what are you going to do today to be who you want to be? Who do you want to be in your today? Do you want to be that awesome dad, that awesome mom, that awesome son, that awesome husband, the awesome wife, or the awesome son or daughter? Like, who do you want to be today? You know, that will determine your greatness. It's not about, you know, what you're going to do in 10 years or your promises to people for what you will do to them. It's not, you know, you're not a candidate for, like, you know, running for office or for anything. You know, you're out here trying to pursue your purpose, and you don't want to get caught up in the things. So, you know, I love my shirt brands. I love my shirts. I actually mark all my shirts down, like all the way down to where I make like $1 or $2 off of my shirt sales, because I was like, you know what, Alan, I have to reevaluate, remarket my business. You know, do I want to make money or do I want to get my message out there? So I dropped my price on my shirts, right? Not this shirt. You know, like I said, they come up here. I don't know what happened to this one. But if it does mess up, I got you guys. So I had to remarket myself. I said, you know what? I'm going to go out here. I'm going to cut my prices down, and I'm going to repackage myself in a way that I am presenting to people so that they can and will purchase my stuff, right? Who do you want to be in your today? Exactly. Exactly. So often, Deshae Smith says, man, so often we judge our entire life from one or two moments. Oh yes, assess in parts. Exactly. That's so true. Like, we have to be willing to cut ourselves some slack, you know, and to really, like, just think about it. And I don't. I'm, like I said, I'm not going to hold you guys long. I have one more point, and then we're going to go Q&A. So if you have any questions, or if you have any comments, questions, please post them at this time, and we'll get to them because I'm almost done with my talking. So, you know, it's so important that we not give up on ourselves. I hate wiping my nose on my hands. So important that we not give up on ourselves, and it's so important that we stay focused on our goals. Okay, so this last word, remarket yourself. Remarket yourself. Who are you going to be today? How are you going to make your business better? By changing your approach, right? Changing your approach. And then this last R is very important because you have to do it in order to reach the end, right? You can repackage, and you could quit in the middle of repackaging. You could quit after you repackage it, and then you talk about remarketing yourself, right? You could quit after remarketing yourself. You could quit, but the most important thing is to restart. And the reason why restart is at the end is because even when you restart, you'll have to restart. So we got into repackaging. That means you got into the process of getting your ideas back out there. You got into the process of being creative with your businesses, right? So you're repackaging, you're remarketing, right? And then you're restarting every second, every day. You're giving yourself the opportunity to grow by allowing yourself to restart every day. So, you know, I threw up a Facebook or Instagram post, and I deleted it immediately after I spent like 5 hours working on this post. I deleted it immediately because I was like, no, this is not what I want to present to the world today. You know, so don't be mad, be glad. So repackage, remarket, restart. I'm going into the question phase of Power Up. This is Power Up. So if you have any questions, please write your questions down right now. We're going to go into a brief intermission so I can take some sips of my water, and we're gonna be all right, son. We're gonna be all right. I wanted to play some old school real quick. Some old. Let me see. What's the old school cookout mix? Yeah, let's do that. But yeah, post your questions. Let me put clean on there. But yeah, post your questions. Any questions you have about the three things that I said today about repackaging, remarketing, restarting. You know, so if you have any questions about those things, please put your questions up right now, and I will answer your questions. Please, please, please put your questions up right now, and I'll get to your questions. I see your question, Desha. I see your question, sir, and I will get to you in a few. I gotta order an Uber too because I have to pick up my car from the Hyundai dealership. All right, so Let's get it popping. Hey. Let me see. I'm about to hook y'all up real quick. Hey. If you got questions, put your questions. Yeah. If you got questions, put your questions down. Now. Guess who's back again? Thanks, Tierra. Appreciate you, sis. I appreciate that. Toya, what up? What up, Toya? All is well, Toya. Please go back and watch the beginning after this is over. If you have any questions, please put your questions up. We talked about repackaging your business, remarketing your business, restarting your business. So please ask questions. What up, sis? What up, Sister Debbie? How you doing? Today we discussed repackaging, remarketing, and restarting your business ideas. So if you have any business ideas or any concerns about business ideas, anything you want me to answer about business ideas or creating your podcast or anything hey, look, you guys got me right now. So if you have any questions about starting your business or anything, ask. I saw Deshay had a question. I'm going to answer your question. Deshay, I got you, brother. In the meantime, Can I Speak? Available on Amazon. Oh. I don't want to fall out this chair. But yes, Can I Speak? Available on Amazon. Hook your boy up. Look your boy up. You know when you make a face when you dance? Remember when I first started learning how to dance, it was something like that. No, it didn't go through. Deshay got the questions. Thank you, Deshay, for popping them questions up. I appreciate that. I'm ready. We about to get it in. Baby. Kaylee, okay. Kaylee asked the question too. Appreciate that, Kaylee. I see you, girl. Hey, I like this song. Make you want to go skating or something, right? Make you want to put your rollerblades on. Y'all want to go roller skating 6 feet apart? Roller skating. Hey. All right, so we're about to get back to it. Yes. That was a quick intermission right there. I'm going to go ahead and answer the questions that I see here. Please ask questions if you have questions. Let me take that restart down. Even if you have questions or like, Allen, that was stupid, doesn't make sense, shut up. Whatever you want to say. All right, so let's see here. Our first question is Deshay. He says, why is it important that we not give up on ourselves? That is an awesome question, Deshay. And you would think that, let me go ahead and answer the question because I was about to go ahead and start talking. Oh, Lord, why is it important that we not give up on ourselves? Man, like if you think about the many things that you've accomplished already, like graduating college, getting married, becoming a father, Deshay, right? And I know you're not asking this question for yourself exactly, but let's just use Deshay for an example, right? If you would have given up on yourself, Deshay, in the midst of your trying to, going to school for engineering and then having to make that change, if you would have given up then, you would have never obtained the thing that you pursued, which is your degree. And the reason why I'm saying that is because you don't get what you don't chase, right? And I'm saying that and I'm talking about like professional. I'm not talking about dating, because if you're out there chasing something, and you don't get it, don't complain to me. Like Allen, you said, if I chase it, I'll get it. No, I'm talking about purpose and your identity and your goals, right? You have to chase it, you have to go get it. And we know that nothing is handed to us, those who really have to go out there and go get it. The things that were handed down by parents and stuff like that, some people just have it like that. But for us who have to wake up in the morning, we have to go out there and make something happen, create, wealth, generate wealth. For us, if we give up, we will never, ever, ever obtain the thing in which we desire. So that's what I think, brother. Like, I look at, I'm graduating college in December, and I dropped out of college in 2013, right? I dropped out of college in 2013, and I'm graduating in 2020, 2020. I'm over here, 2020. That's when you're getting older. You're like 2020 or 20. But yeah, so I hope that made sense, Deshay. If you give up, you will never reach your goal. And I don't want to live a what if kind of life. What if I would have did that? What if I would have showed up at that event? What if, I don't want that kind of life. Life is too short already. So yeah. Let's see what we got from Kaylee. Let's see here. I just saw it. Oh, here it goes. Kaylee says, what motivates you to continue to push yourself? Honestly, sis, honestly, I don't want to be broke no more. Honestly, that's the first one. I gotta make some bread. Honestly, if I give up, I'm going to be poor. If I give up, I'm going to be broke. If I give up, I'm not going to make it. And just going back to Deshay's question, like if I give up, I will never reach my goal. So I don't got time to be broke. I don't want to die broke. That's very depressing. If you die broke, I don't want to die broke. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to die broke. So I have to motivate myself, sis, because I want to give up a lot of times. Like today, I just wanted to sit around and not do nothing. But you know what I've been doing since like 9 o'clock this morning? I've been working on my podcast, working on creating stuff on my own because I'm the only one working in my own business. So when you're running your own business, you have to motivate yourself. You have to inspire yourself, and you have to repackage, remarket, and restart your business every day. So yes, sis, that's what motivates me. And then on the outside of that, beyond the like, I don't want to be broke. What actually motivates me is finding joy in being who I was created to be. You get a sense of joy when you're partially living your best life. And when I'm talking about your best life, I'm not talking about the YOLO best life, like jump off a bridge because everybody doing it kind of best life. I'm talking about the best life where you're comfortable inside of yourself. You're comfortable being who you are. You're comfortable with I got a little extra roll right here. I may not look I got a little extra chunk on me. I got a little extra head on me. I got a big head, so like I had to get comfortable with myself. Like my grades, if Josh was on here earlier talking about my grades, if I was like, if I was insecure about my hair and Josh started talking about my hair, I would have failed probably, so like you have to motivate yourself. You have to inspire yourself. You have to see the beauty, of who you are, even through the mess that you've been through. So that's what motivates me. Don't want to be broke no more. All right. So, all right, Tierra, so that's a good thing. All right. So Deshay says, do you have any creative ways to remarket a product or service? Oh, yes, I do, Deshay. I'm thinking about it right now. No, I'm just joking. No, but honestly, I think for remarketing, we would have to sit down, Deshay, and we would have to put in some time with coaching. But I can get you there right now. I'm just playing. I'll give you this free. I will give you the freebies, guys. I will give you the freebies. I'll give you some freebies, okay? So when you're thinking about remarketing yourself, go look at the pond, okay? Survey the land, as they would say. Go survey the sea. Go survey your people. Go survey your marketplace. Go survey, those people who will be purchasing from you. Go see what they're doing in their day-to-day lives. Are they going to Walmart? or do they go to AutoZone? Or do your because everybody who goes to Walmart, I say Walmart funny, so don't kid me. But everybody who goes to Walmart might not go to Toys R Us, right? So each company has different things that they offer, but certain customers that go to Chick-fil-A also visit Walmart, also visit AutoZone. They also visit Amazon and all these other places, right? So on Instagram and Facebook, you have the ability to search hashtags. So I would go to those hashtags and see who are following those hashtags. If you're into cosmetics, hashtag cosmetics. If you're into financial support or financial assistance, if you're into motivational speaking, if you're into t-shirt design, if you're into oysters, if you're into crabs, if you're into dogs, like you could go on Instagram and look up that hashtag and survey your market. Okay, I hope that makes like that's my first point is to remarket yourself, survey your market because obviously you weren't throwing in the bait, that was catching people, and you may be throwing in good bait, like bait that was good 2 years ago or even a month ago. Things are changing at a fast pace right now. So like you don't want to throw in old bait. You want to throw in some new bait. So you're always literally you have to be willing to make changes every day if you're going to survive in this economy. Think how fast we switched from COVID to the racial war to everything else. Like that lady first had killed her kids and hid them and was in Hawaii, and then we switched to COVID. It was like a whole lot of stuff happening. And if you did not adapt in between those changes of events, then you missed out on money possibly, or you missed out on new customers. You missed out on networking. Okay. So yeah, that's my little spill about that. Let me take a sip of water. All right. My sis, Debbie Reed says, what motivates you to repurchase versus giving up? Oh, you mean the repackage part, sis, or what? Or repackage versus giving up? Or I'll go with the repurchase, or I can go with the repackage, whatever you want. Hold on. Let me see what she said. I'll go with the repurchase. What motivates you, or repackage? I think she means repackage, maybe. But I'll go with both of them. Okay. So what motivates you to repurchase versus giving up, or repackage versus giving up? I like I told Kaylee, the first thing was being broke. Like I don't want to be broke. I don't want to be po. Don't want to be po no more. All my life I've been po, but it really don't matter no more. And they want to know why we act this way. I had to finish the whole song. So anyway, but yeah, sis. So what motivates me to repackage or repackage my business versus giving up is that I always end up meeting one person who admires my work in the midst of me giving up. And then when I don't find those people, there are things that I see, over time, like the one like or the two likes or the one person that said, "Hey, Allen, I really love what you're doing. Please, please, please keep going." Right? Or you get those people who say, "Deb, like, girl, keep doing your thing, girl. I can see you. I can see you making it, Deb, girl." I don't know why I'm talking like that. That's probably really I can't be racist. So anyway, but yeah, so Deb, like there are things that people see in you, but you have to see them for yourself, right? So I started seeing like, oh, Allen, you can be a great speaker. You can be a great author. You can have a great podcast. You can influence people from your Facebook and Instagram. So that right there motivates me every day to repackage. I literally repackage every day. I have no format to what I'm doing. That probably makes me really dangerous in a way because I'm running all over the place. But it's not really all over the place because I mean I'm making progress, right? Like look at this. This is good right here, right? That's one of my other ones that wasn't messed up, you know. So like I'm like, dude, I have to repackage. I have to start over. I have to, because you're always going to be perfecting yourself. Oh, last thing with that, Sister Debbie, before I go on to somebody else, is that you know when you're hungry, right? Everybody listen to this. I just got it just now. When you're hungry, you cook a meal, and that if that first meal is and you know you put too much salt in it or you put too much seasoning on it, and you were starving, like you were hungry. I'm talking about the fume, the smell was like you made your stomach growl, right? You were that hungry, but only to find that you put too much seasoning on your food, right? And a lot of times when you put too much seasoning on, you have to redo your meal. I don't know what else you do. I don't know if you wash it with water or whatever, but that's weird. But anyway, you have to redo the meal, right? So with business is the same way. You know, and I'm pretty sure you're going to cook that meal again because you're hungry. I know I will. Like I don't just like, oh, I'm hungry and I messed up on the meal. Oh man, let me go drive 30 minutes to a fast food restaurant to to fill my appetite or to appease my appetite. No, I'm going to restart something, or I may cook something else in the meantime to hold me until later. So that's what we have to do with business. We have to be practical. So like, oh, my business failed or my business didn't make it last year. Let me start over. Maybe I put too much on it. Maybe I pushed my business in people's faces too much the wrong way, because there is a way to push your business in people's faces. I have 6 platforms. I think I have Brunch and Ties with Brunch and Hills. I have Persist Motivational Clothing. I have Live and Love. I have Allen Levi Speaks, Allen Levi Simmons, and I have the Purpose Pod. I have 6 Instagram accounts. I have like 6 pages on Facebook, and I'm running everything. I'm creating my website. I'm building my brand, right? And so I'm hungry for success. And if one of these fail, or if one of these hold me back, I'm just going to put something else on the stove for the meantime until I fill my appetite. You know, and I'm saying like, so you may create a shirt that is not the end goal, but it will get you towards where you're going. And Debbie, Sister Debbie, my last point with this, I know I'm on you for a long time, but this is a good point because I was talking to, who was I talking to yesterday? And they were showing me one of my neighbors, he was showing me a sketchbook that he has on his phone. He's like, yeah, I have a sketchbook, and I learned from an artist, to draw an outline of what I want. And then if it doesn't look like what I like, to erase it softly, but to the point where I still have an image of what was once there. Because now you have a skeleton. Now you have something to base your creation off of. So, oh, Alan, your shirt was printed, or your logo was printed too low. Oh, now I have something to reference. So now I know I want to bring it up, right? So don't give up on your dreams because you have that error or there's that mistake in your business. What pushes you to repurpose your business versus giving up? Was this the same question? Oh, okay. Maybe you were editing your stuff. Isaac Tabayan, you are the man. What up, everybody? Thanks for joining. Justin Beek, what up, brother? All right, so I'm answering questions right now. And I talked about repackaging your brand, remarketing your brand, restarting your brand. Okay, this is all not written down, people. I just have those 3 words written down. Everything I'm talking to you guys about is from my soul, from the Shanda. So I just gotta be real with you guys, because I don't think everything is all like, oh, you gotta be all pretty and beautify stuff, and you gotta over dramatize stuff. No, it's very simple. We all can be great, and it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So the next question is, how do you go about rebranding, rebranding / repurposing your business? Do you follow the same vein as the previous business, or can you go a totally different route and still be successful? Honestly, I love that question. You ask some great questions right now, sis. I think so. I feel like How do you go about rebranding? So on that part right there, how to go about rebranding, you want to do it in parts, right? Like you don't want to say, oh man, the whole cake is messed up. Let me throw all my ingredients into a bowl and throw that bowl in the oven. No, you want to evaluate, man. So I know last time I put too much milk in the cake last time, or I put too much this in the cake. I put too much in the cake last time, right? So you want to look at everything that you did, and you want to say, and this takes time, and people like if you really want to run a successful business, and I'm learning this, and this is what I'm telling you guys. Like at my point where I'm at right now in my drive forward, I'm learning at this point that like you have to be willing to rebrand your business, and you have to be willing to let go of those things that did not work. But you have to take time to look at it and say what didn't work. Okay. So how do you go about rebranding it? Is you want to figure out your next your true mission of what your business is. Like when the purpose of it, right? When we talk about purpose, like what is the purpose of this pen? This pen is going to be purpose to write something down, right? So you want to talk about the purpose for your brand or your business, even if it's so if you have oils, essential oils like skincare products, like you have, right? You got soaps, you have all of these natural products, you have jewelry, you have paparazzi stuff, right? So I think that's what it's called. So you have all of that stuff. What can you do to separate yourself? Because you can only separate yourself from the flock for a little while until other people start doing what you do. And that's just the bottom line. You put a gas station up, you'll see a gas station right across the street. You put a church up, you might see another church right across the street. Because you've started something. Oh, this is a great area to put this thing here. So don't be afraid or intimidated when you see people doing what you do already. And Sis Debbie, I don't know, that might have been a word for you, sis, because that just came out of you know how it be, sis. So yeah, that was just a great word. Is don't be afraid to you see other people doing what you do. Don't be afraid to rebrand yourself, because even if so, like you can sell gas, right? You can have a gas station across from another gas station, but if that gas station is doing something, to capture the drivers for 1 second, ooh, slushy, ooh, like ooh, donuts, ooh, this, like they're like, oh man, I gotta go, right? So what are you gonna do? You may have to cut a loss somewhere. When you do business, a loss isn't necessarily a loss unless you're just money hungry, right? Like I said earlier, I just cut down on a lot of my prices. I know paparazzi stuff, is very cost efficient. So I'm not saying this is for you specifically, but a lot of times, we have to repackage in a way that might not look beneficial for us in the like for right now, but in the long time, you could get more customers because, oh, hey, Debbie is doing more virtual parties with her paparazzi. It may be 2 people, it may be 5 people, it may be 10 or 100 people, but what really matters is that you do it. Like I started this podcast. I didn't want to talk about the podcast. I threw this video up today, Power Up. I was like, Power Up, I'm going to do that. And I was like, man, I'm about to do this in 20 minutes. So I created this and I just threw it up, and I've been on for 45 minutes now talking to you guys. I didn't write anything down, but what I have on my pad, which is repackage, remarket, and restart. That's all I had. So yeah. Do you follow the same vein as the previous business, or can you go a totally different route and still be successful? I'll say this really quickly. I believe that you could either go down the same road and have the same experience, or you could go down the same road and have a totally different experience, right? So it may have been timing, maybe the timing wasn't right. It may have been location. Maybe the location wasn't right. One thing that, I'm sorry, my nose is getting all stuffed. But one thing that I learned is that you could take the same gift, or you could take the same idea and take it somewhere else, and it prosper, and it do like so much better than it did in another place. And we all know about planting seeds. You can't put a seed in every soil, because every soil isn't good for that seed. Not that the seed is a bad seed, it's just that the soil is not good soil. So whenever you're building your brand, your business ideas, just don't look at your ideas as a bad seed. Just look at the soil and say, hey, maybe I did not surround my seed, my ideas, with the right people, with the right influences, with the right kind of strategies. Like you have to be real with yourself, but don't take yourself out of the race. That's the most important thing. Like if it takes you 10 years to get a college degree, it takes you 10 years to get a college degree. That's okay. If it takes you 10 years to get your business flowing to make $5,000, it takes 10 years to do that. It's okay. Like I said earlier, like death is around the corner. Like we don't know. Nobody knows. A baby doesn't know, and a full-grown adult doesn't know their time or hour. So don't stress yourself out worrying about oh man, I failed. Oh man, my business isn't succeeding. Oh man, I need a couple of $100,000 in my bank account. Lord help me. Like don't beat yourself up because you feel like you're set back. Push yourself forward. Push yourself forward. Push yourself forward because it is possible, and you can have a successful business. And successful businesses are not just about the financial part, but it's about the transformation of the business owner. When you think about becoming a president or becoming a leader of a place, you think about that person's transformation. And when you look at a person's transformation, you look to see if they had a struggle, if they had some things that they went through. So that's the same for businesses. You look to see, man, did that business go through anything, or did it just jump off and it had all the support it needed? So it's crazy, but a lot of people are waiting to see what happens with your business. But you don't need to be waiting to see what happens with your business. You need to be making things happen for your business. So you don't need to be waiting to see if it fails. You don't need to be waiting to see if something bad happens. You need to be out there grinding, looking for opportunities, looking for new opportunities, new ideas. Get your whiteboard and start writing ideas down. Get your paper and pen and pad and start saying, how can I put jewelry with fashion? Or how can I put jewelry with the scripture? How can I put jewelry with the message? How can I put lotion with love? How can I put, how can I do these things and create, positivity and generate excitement all at the same time? Those were just some ideas for you, sis. Repackage, remarket, and restart every day. Facts. Thanks, Tisha. I appreciate you writing that down. Appreciate it. Good word. I'm getting some woo woo woo. All right. I'm just playing. I'm so silly. All right, so let me go up here. I'm gonna I was actually supposed to only answer y'all questions for 10 minutes, but I'm long-winded, as you can see, and it takes me some time to get through because I really want to answer these questions. I didn't want to just get up here and say I made a video, so I'm really trying to just do this thing. All right, so I'm going through here. All right, ding. All right, Kaylee, I don't know if you're still here. She says, do you or should you do what you love or what you are good at? Yes. I don't know why I clapped at the same time. I wanted to say yes. Yes. You should do what you love to do. That's the first thing I say. I say that above everything. Justin's like, you said. I say that above everything because I'm going to say this again, and I'm not trying to tear your guys' life apart or anything, but death is around the way. Everybody knows that. And I laugh, but like inside, I'm screaming like, no! Why? Right? So I say that so that your perspective can be where it needs to be so that you can make the moves you need to make. Because if we know that time is of the essence, then we will not sit and wallow in our failures or mistakes. And we will not do the thing that we don't love to do. We won't be wasting our time, right? Like I'd waste my time doing what I love to do versus wasting my life. There's countless times, Justin B, you can attest to this. There's countless times in Okinawa, Japan in our younger years where we did what we should not have been doing. But we had a great time doing what we should not have been doing, and I think about that and I wouldn't erase it. I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't change it for anything. The punishments that we received or anything, because we had a great time in Japan. You know what I'm saying? So I say that because, A lot of times we're living our life, working our 9 to 5s, pursuing our college degrees, pursuing our business ideas, pursuing our purpose, pursuing relationships, pursuing other people, and we fail to realize that we have to pursue ourselves as well. We pursue God, we pursue all of these things, but we fail to pursue ourselves. And I looked in the mirror a lot of times, when I was going through my depression, when I was going through the anxiety, when I was going through all of that, right? I looked in the mirror and I could not accept who I was, and I had this idea of who I was supposed to be, but it was a distorted image. It was a distorted figure. It wasn't who I was really supposed to be, because this person that I thought I was supposed to be was like, oh, you go to college, you get this degree, and you have to work a great job. You have to get a good degree to show that you can do stuff. Like, my perspective, like, I'm still finishing my degree, one, because I've worked my behind off to get this degree, right? And I'm finishing my businesses because, one, I started them and I'm going to finish them, right? So I'm doing what I love to do, even though it comes with a price. And that's what we have to say. And my price is that I'm not working 5 jobs right now. And I'm working 5 of my own jobs that I'm not getting paid that much for right now. So, like, you have to be willing to make that sacrifice. And that's the reality of doing business. I hate when people are online and are like, get out here and make your $10,000 today. Like, nah, bro, like, it takes time, man. It takes time, especially if you're doing it, from your own starting line. If you're doing it not from a starting line that somebody else gives you, like, hey, Allen, I'm going to teach you how to run your podcast, and I'm going to teach you how to get sponsors and donors and all of the above. Like, no, I had to start from my own starting line, and my own starting line was like way back. Like, I had to start back where I was like YouTubing how to edit video, how to edit my audio, I was doing all of that. How to GoDaddy, how to fix your website, how to get your website to look like this. Like, if you guys check out my website, like, I did all of that. And so yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. So do what you love to do when everybody's looking. And do what you love to do when everyone's looking is me saying, like, don't pretend to be someone you're not. Don't pretend to love your job if you don't. Like, just don't waste your time. Like, I get it. We got to pay our bills. We got to feed our family. And that's the reality of the system that we live in this country, in this world, right? We live in America is ran differently than a lot of countries. And I'm talking about, like, in the pursuit of happiness and the pursuit of peace. The pursuit of happiness is like, hey, you have all of this opportunity to make a lot of money. You just got to make it happen. The opportunity is there. You just have to make it happen. In America, we're all about opportunity and pursuing opportunity, pursuing happiness, our freedom. You take my freedom, oh boy, you won't see a whole nother side of me, right? So I'm saying all of that to say, like, you have to understand that, life isn't all about just pursuing a purpose or like, I'm saying my disclaimers while I give you guys the talk, because I don't want you to have this idea about me. People create ideas about people all the time, and I just don't want you guys creating an idea about me, right? Like, oh, Allen's out here filthy rich, Allen's out here doing this and that and that. No, I'm grinding, I'm discovering. Like I put this up with within like 15 minutes, thinking like I want to go out here and talk to people about repackaging, remarketing, and restarting their business. So yeah, and definitely if you're not good at it, Kaylee, I'm over here coding a 10-week coding boot camp. I'm in week 5. I suck at it still, but I'm going to finish the boot camp. And the reason why I said that is because there's a lot of things we were never good at, but we got good at it. Like talking, like walking, like running, like using the bathroom. Like there was a whole lot of things. See, like I said, like I don't have to get deep with you guys. Like it's really self-explanatory here where we are right now. And there's a lot of things, Kaylee, that you did. Like nobody told you how to have a baby. You probably like maybe Googled it or something. I don't know, but you didn't have to. You had to go through it. No, you had to learn how to be a mom, your own mom, right? Like your own kind of mom, right? So don't think like, oh, I can't do it because I don't know how to do it or I'm not good at it. Just get good at it. Get good at it. How do you remain relevant in such a fluid society? That's a great question. And I believe, like I said, like you have to watch those hashtags. And I was about to go like really deep somewhere else that I didn't even know where to go, but I'm gonna stay here in shallow waters. Like hashtags are very important. Look at those hashtags because those hashtags are going to tell you where those people are going. Actually, let me show you guys something right now while I have you on here. We'll do this. Maybe, let me see, hashtag. I'm going to show you guys something online. So I went to my Instagram and I went to search, right? Oh, I'm sorry, this is probably too close to the screen. So I went to search and I typed in podcast, right? You got to go tags, search in podcast. It says about 12.1 million, right? And then here it shows you, trying to show you guys without the glare. It shows you the top and the recent. So the top tags are from people who are getting a lot of likes, right? And Angelica Lobianda told me this, so shout out to her. She coached me through my IG coaching stuff. But yeah, top is for people who have a lot of likes, and then recent are for people who just posted. Like if I were to post a hashtag podcast, that would pop up there. And it would probably have 0 to no likes. But like the young lady whose picture is here, she has like 400 and something likes on there versus the recent one has none. So what I would do, what I'm telling you guys to do is you go, let's say you go on her hashtag. Well, she's a chick, so like dudes are probably just, there's a guy talking here. So there's a guy with 914 views and he's talking, right? And his hashtag is podcast, right? And it shows you who liked his video. If you go view likes, it shows you who liked his video. So what you would want to do there is engage with these people. Like they follow podcasts. So let me go on their page, maybe like a couple of their photos, the first 2 or 3 photos. Like I said, a lot of this stuff takes time. So be prepared to take your time when trying to do all of that, right? So yeah, that's my part on that. Congratulations, Allen, and thanks for leading the good. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Sandra. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Justin, no cursing. Oh man. All right, so I'm on with the questions. I'm going to end it. Oh, soon. We just hit an hour. Man, this is good though. I hope y'all like this. Are y'all liking this? Like, is this good? Is this like something that you guys would love to have every so often? Maybe once a week, every other week. Some of us ain't hungry enough to redo. God, some of us ain't hungry enough to redo. That is right. You can't redo an overcooked steak, man. You have to restart fresh. Look at Justin dropping the Justin Beak is dropping the knowledge out here today. There's a difference. There's a difference between hungry and starving. Facts. There's a difference between hungry and starving. You got to be hungry to restart your business, to restart your brand, to restart your ideas. You have to be hungry. When you're hungry, your taste you taste most of the time is specific facts. Yeah, you have that specific taste. You're like, oh, I got a taste for chicken. About to give me some chicken. He said, dude, you can't see it, but I got a smile on my face. He said, Justin got a smile on his face, taking him back, bro. Love you, man. That's my boy right there. So yeah, I will read through all y'all stuff, but I don't want to waste everybody's time with me reading all of this stuff. Justin said I'm filthy rich. I'm not filthy rich. Mental health above everything. Facts, Justin. Facts. Isaac Tobian. Truth. I'm sorry, y'all keep doing those weird things, but Isaac Tobian. Chiwo. What up? What up? What up? But yes, man, it's such a blessing to have all of you on here. He said, sorry I didn't catch most, but these are seriously absolutely enjoy this. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it, Justin. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate all of you joining me today. This was awesome. Repackage, remarket, and restart. What I need you guys to do for me is to reshare. So share this video If you want me to see it and like it, please tag me on it, Allen Levi Simmons or Allen Simmons. Tag me on it so I can see that you shared it, because I can't see if you just share it without tagging me in it. Okay. So other than that, come back Tuesday on the Purpose Pod. I'm still locking down my guest. We spoke before, but I'm still locking down that guest to make sure everything is on the move. So Tuesday at 6 o'clock p.m., the Purpose Pod. Tierra, I got you. I got you. Shout it. We're going to be on here for real. I appreciate y'all for sticking with me. Thank you so much. Please go subscribe to my YouTube, share the video, and have a blessed day. If you have questions about branding your business, and I know you guys out there, I'm offering for a certain amount of time right now to help you guys, create your streams and all of this other stuff. I give up to like 30 to an hour. No, I'll say 30 minutes. I'll give 30-minute free consultations on doing your streams, getting your podcast, maybe your clothing line, whatever that I do, and you want to do it. Just ask me and I'll let you know. Like, I'm not scared of competition, because there was competition out before I started. So I'm not even competition with nobody. I'm just doing Allen's thing, right? I'm doing my own thing over here. So if you over here were watching me, just know that I'm figuring it out as I go. So I love you all. I hope you have a blessed day. Stay mashed up, stay prayed up, and stay with the purpose in mind. Stay hungry for your purpose. Peace. Oh, you know what? This is Power Up.